Okay, so we're going to be looking at an arm bar rotation. So for this one, you're going to need a kettlebell, and I suggest going light. This is a durability movement, a mobility movement. It is not so much a strength movement, so just keep that in mind. You don't need to go heavy with your kettlebell. You do want some weight in that hand though. So obviously anytime we're using a kettlebell, I just want to remind you guys that when you're holding that kettlebell and it's leaning against your forearm, you want a flat wrist. You want your wrist straight up and down, flat, knuckles up. So just keep that in mind so we protect our wrists. If we're in this position for any long period of time, we're going to do some damage there, and we don't want to do that. So for this movement, we're laying flat on the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to take this arm, we're going to move it up out of the way. This opposite knee comes up, and then we are going to push with that foot, and we're going to rotate our hips over. And what we're doing is we stay looking at the kettlebell, and we're trying to force our hips down. So don't expect this range of motion on your first try. Maybe some of you. I can't get my hips all the way down. And then you just push back over, and you're trying to move as slow as you can, nice and graceful. This isn't a jerky movement, and you're not trying to just flop over. You want to control the movement. So let's do that one more time. And again, we're moving the arm out of the way, and we're looking at the kettlebell. We're trying to force our hips down to the ground while looking at the kettlebell, keeping that kettlebell straight up. And yeah, that's pretty much the movement. This is like probably one of my favorite movements, right there with floor scorpion, because of what it does to your spine and how that it feels. And then it's also working on shoulder mobility, and it's a great movement. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Okay, so let's talk about safety and moving the kettlebell from one side to the other. What we'll do is we'll bring the kettlebell down with two hands. We'll let it drop down to the ground. We'll grab it by the horns, and we're going to rotate it around our head, put it in place, and then when we pick it up, we use two hands to bring it over us, and then we've got the kettlebell. Remember, make sure the wrists are flat, knuckles are up, and yeah, good deal.